Welcome to Ear to the Common Ground. Here we celebrate the power of music and food to bring Americans together. Filmed from a historic barn on Cash Lane in Music City, each episode of Ear to the Common Ground features one music artist and a diverse gathering of 8 of their fans. Everyone brings a dish to the table and they talk about one of the issues of the day face to face with compassion replacing contempt as they keep their hearts, ears, and minds attuned to the common ground. I am Gustavo Moradel, and these are 8 of my fans: Echo, Barbara, Felipe, Peter, Janae, Misael, Leslie, and Paris. Tonight, we're focusing on race. Let's celebrate America's greatest diversity, diversity of thought, and shine a light on some common ground.
I grew up in kind of rural Kentucky, and Kentucky is still historically has been part of Southern culture. And growing up, I think my parents really tried to expose us beyond just the norm, but a lot of people we were around just looked similar to us, and sometimes it felt like, well, how do we break out of that? And I love being a part of, diverse areas but sometimes it's hard to know for me, especially growing up white in a majority culture, just where to start.
What about when someone else's beliefs are actually really harmful to you or someone you love, or put you in harm's way because their beliefs turn into systems, turn into policy, and really impact people in a really negative way? How do you have respectful, kind discourse with people who have those kind of such different ideas that it feels hurtful or detrimental?
What other people think should not rule your life, or that be your truth. I mean, you have your truth and you just go by it, and then you just try to do better. Okay, well, I think of this, but you think of that, and what's the problem? And I don't see a reason most of the time that I talk with friends, why I should get angry about something that someone thinks. Why should I be that reactive instead of just listening?
I've been thinking a little bit about the word race, especially in America, and there's being it's being taken the wrong way. When they talk about race, of course, the first thing that everybody thinks about racism, and that's a really hard topic. And I've been guilty of being really lightheaded and getting into arguments really easy because I've done it since I was even in my country. Even in my country, you might think, oh yeah, you're from Latin America, but even then that was a hot topic because you still get immigrants from your neighbor countries.
My husband, his parents are from Ireland. And so technically, our immigration status is the same. We're both first-generation Americans, second-generation immigrants. And I had this conversation with him after this, came in the news about go back where you came from if you don't like it here. And I said, I'm curious. And he grew up in New York, and I grew up in the South. And I said, have you ever heard that before in your life? And he said, no, of course not. And I said, I lost count how many times I heard it before the age of 10.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's interesting, isn't it? We're both technically second-generation immigrants. We're both first-generation Americans. I said, I know why you've never heard it and why I have.
My experience, I've learned to be a chameleon, just adapt, different environments, work. I keep work and personal life separate. So, yeah, I just adapt.
Why? Because
you have to?
Because you have to sometimes, because I'm already, as a Black man in America, I'm already being prejudged, coming in. I've been told at my job that you got it because you know people, so I have to step up. You just roll with it. You just don't complain and you just go with it. Like, this is what it is. I go into survivor mode.
So maybe all this polarization and all these issues that have come up have really helped wake us up too to them. It's funny, like we always want what we don't have. I'm from Southern New Hampshire. There is like zero diversity. So any talk about race is really kind of hypothetical. Well, yes, I think this or but there's no opportunities. Role models of people from all these different cultures and all these different points of view. I'm so hungry for that. And here I am sitting up in Southern New Hampshire, like all dressed up and no place to go.
I'm in the middle, not black, not white. And so we had to start speaking up and say, all colors matter. But I'm very privileged to live in a white society. And when I drive in the gated community, I get the guard saying, so which house are you cleaning today? Even I'm visiting my friend. So I get that. But that's okay. I'm playing tennis today with my friend living here. But it's everywhere. But I'm not getting used to it, but I can laugh about it. Because it's closed mind person say that. So I wanted to be more open and just say, smile and answer. Then that person may, maybe that's not the right word to say the next Asian driver coming in this gate. So I just want to be that kind of person. I just don't want to be hateful to anybody.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. I brought you guys tres leches. Which is delicious. And I'm originally from Honduras, but my mom used to make like Mexican tres leches for me growing up. And so that's like my fond memory of childhood, tres leches. Thank you for being here. I want to appreciate all of you for your time, your precious time on a Friday night. I got to hear a little bit of the conversation, and it's so beautiful. You're a very smart man, very awesome.
We learned a lot from him.
Passionate.
Yeah.
I love all the perspectives, and thank you. Yeah, just thanks for being here.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be amongst you lovely people. Ya despertó el colibrí que vive enfrente de mi casa. A veces no quiero salir y no sé qué es lo que me pasa. La lluvia cae, los recuerdos me atormentan, eso no es vivir. En lo complejo de esta historia yo he aprendido siempre a sonreír. Y es que no queda de otra. Crecemos o quedamos enterrados en la cruda realidad. Hay un mundo allá afuera que me invita a salir a pasear. En la lista de espera se ha encontrado mi felicidad. Soy testigo de cómo se visten las flores del campo y les bastará. Porque de preocuparme de tanto, si sé que en tu abrazo yo encuentro mi hogar. Sigo buscando la verdad, pero la duda sobrepasa. ¿Será pura casualidad? ¿Será que todo es una farsa? La lluvia cae y los recuerdos me atormentan, esto no es vivir. En lo complejo de esta historia yo he aprendido siempre a sonreír. Y es que no queda de otra. Crecemos o quedamos enterrados en la cruda realidad. allá afuera que me invita a salir a bailar. En la lista de espera se ha encontrado mi felicidad. Soy testigo de cómo se visten las flores del campo y les bastará. Porque de preocuparme de tanto, si sé que en tu abrazo yo encuentro mi hogar. Ya desperté, también soñé, me acostumbré y supe que tengo montones de amigos cuando todo me va bien. Ya descubrí, reconocí, me convencí y entendí que si me quedo en mi amargura es imposible ser feliz.